ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Politi-tics. Your host, Jake Johnson, and the co-host, Amanda Banhammer.
Howdy, Untethered Live.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's going on in the world? How's politics treating you? How's the news treating you? How is things hitting home? Are you scared? Are you terrified yet?
Nope.
Aliens are real.
Nah.
Come on now. Epstein's running the world. He's still alive in Israel playing Fortnite and laughing all the way to the bank.
Yep, but on top of all of it, they're proving Michael Jackson was innocent.
Michael Jackson was innocent. Imagine that. It's a world. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you. Who's first in chat? Debbie's first in chat. She says hamburger helper hand. Hey, Debbie, you get a gold star for being first in chat. Welcome to the show. Amy's second. She says Romans 13:1. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those authorities that exist have been instituted by God.
Yes.
That ought to tell you something. As bad as it looks, there is a silver lining. Yes, man is evil. Yes, Satan runs the world. But overall, this is the plan of God. He has it laid out, and he is the ultimate authority of all things. All things are happening in the experiment we call life the way he intended it to happen. It's kind of tedious, but that's the truth. And I'll tell you some more truth before the night is over with. Some stuff that will make you not sleep so well at night. But I'm going to let you have it because nobody else will. The more you listen to the news, the more you listen to the rundowns, the more everybody talks and talks and talks and talks, the further away from reality you seem to get. You're not going to get that here, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Johnson will tell you the truth. I've got a nice hot cup of coffee and a bucket full of balls and a yard full of attitude and enough hair on my ass to weave an Indian blanket. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to tell you how it is. But first, Amanda.
Debbie, here's your gold star. And that's...
Camel.
No. Amy says, hi, Jake, Amanda, and everyone. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
And hamburger helper hand, Amy says.
Yeah.
And Debbie, here's your gold star. And hi, Debbie and Amy.
That's what I'm after.
And hi, Untethered Live.
Camel.
Good to see y'all. Hope everyone had a good day. And hi, Camel, Jake. How are you tonight?
Fantastic. I can't complain. I got a nice hot cup of coffee. It's Cafe Bustero. It's good, senorita. I recommend you get some. Down in the description below. You can get a cup with my face on it, too. It's down there. Go check it out. Go to the kitchen, pour yourself a nice hot cup, and let's talk about Epstein. If you don't have a cup, you can get one down there with some coffee. And if life is giving you a big old fat lip, ouch, get yourself Jake Johnson's pickle in a pouch. Right down there. You can do it. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you'd like to show a little bit of love. If you'd like to, please do. I'm in desperate need of it. So, CashApp, $, Jake Johnson Band, PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band. And one last thing. If you'd like to hang out with us outside of the YouTubeverse, go to Facebook.com/UntetheredLive chillin'. The link is in the chat. Go over there and check us out. It's a great place to hang out and share pictures, texts, videos, memes, and get to know one another. There is a private group chat over there that just contains us. Nobody else on Facebook, nobody else on YouTube, just us. So you can be reasonably sure you're having a private conversation over there. And also, there are regularly updated videos that are adjacent to or directly pointing at the things we talk about over here. So go check it out. It's free. It's yours. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's available. It's online. It's in front of you. Go do it. There's no reason not to. So now, back over here to Judy. Hi, Judy.
And that coffee's made with love.
Made with love. Cafe Bustero. It's a good, senorita. I recommend it. And it's cheap, too. I
don't know about all that.
Cafe Bustero, it's good.
Oh, the Cafe Bustero is, but that's not Cafe de Bustero. That's Folgers.
Shh. You're breaking the carefully crafted facade that I'm laying out for my viewers. You're breaking the immersion, man. It's a good Cafe Bustero. Anyway, Judy says, hey, Wiener Debbie.
Wiener?
Is that Wiener or Wiener? It's spelled wrong. It says Weiner, but I'm guessing it's one of the two.
Uh-oh.
Judy says, hey, Amy. Hi, Judy. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm just teasing.
Hi, Mary. Help her hand, Judy.
All right. Judy says, hey, Jake and Amanda.
Here's the chilling page.
Check that out if you want to have a good time.
Or not.
For a good time, call Amanda at Facebook.
Oh, hell no. No way. Call Jake at Facebook.
My name is a 4-letter word. And you can find it on a bathroom stall in Greenville, North Carolina, I promise. In a girl's bathroom.
Uh-oh.
It's there. Unless it was painted over. It was 10 years ago. That's beside the point.
It's probably been painted over, erased, or bleached or something by now.
But it's there, I promise. It's also in Nashville and a few places. Whatever. Amy says, hey, Judy, and hey, Amanda. And liked, shared, and invited some friends. Yes. And vertical stream Saturday night. Yes, it is. And
yep.
all of me is vertical. Correct. Yeehaw. You can't see. It's a good thing you can't see below here.
Uh-oh. I can.
Judy says, nah. Nah, nah, nah. Hey, Judy's
goodbye.
here.
Oh.
Amy says, press those like and share buttons, y'all. Like and share buttons, y'all. It's free. Amen. Please do. It just takes a little bit of effort. That's it.
Just the tip. Just tap it with the tip.
Just touch it with the tip. That'll work. But only touch it once. Thou shalt not touch it twice. Yea, 3 times is no good.
3 times you're playing with it.
Just once. Judy says, number 5, Amy. Amy says, did you like the battle bots? I loved it. Yes. Thank you very much for the video. Where are we at? I lost it. I found it. I lost it.
8:35.
Well, I lobster, then I flounder. Yes, I did love it. Number 5 says, Amy, maybe it's Maybelline. Says, ciao, everyone. Jake and Amanda, how are you? Fantastic. How are you? I hope things are well in Canada. In Canadian land. Amy says, happy as a blue-footed booby. That's a bird. Also a weird bird. But a bird nonetheless. But, the blue-footed booby.
Those are some pretty cool looking birds, though.
Yeah. Amanda says,
hamburger helper hand, Mabel.
and Amy says, oh, made with love. Yes, and strychnine.
Yeah.
I feel sleepy. I wonder why. Mabel says, sent Corgi for 1,000 joules. Thank you very much. I don't know what that means, but thank you very much. What it is here he says, anything tastes better with love and butter. Amen. How you doing? What it is? Nice to see you. Do you have your Cafe Bustero? Are you ready for a cup? It's a good, senor. Amanda?
Oh, sorry. Hamburger helper hand. What is it?
Tears 672 says, do you like Rakaja or Burek? I don't know what either one of those things are, but I'm American, so I'm going to go with Trump.
Yes. All else fails, go with Trump.
I don't know what either one of those are. I'm just guessing that it's one of those questions like, what's your pronouns or something like that. You kids in your Gen Z speak. Get off my lawn. Anyway, nice to see you, Tears. Hit that like button. Subscribe, share, support, and join. Mabel says, I don't know what I just did. Oh, no. What did you just did? It was good, whatever it was.
So the Corgi for 1,000
Oh,
joules.
I don't know.
That means your points were high enough to get free joules.
Oh, yeah, I don't have any idea how that works. I've never seen anything that suggests you can do that. I've read a little something about that it's there, but I've never seen it. When I text and talk, I don't have that option, so I don't know what that is. I hope it doesn't cost anything, and if it does,
It doesn't.
Thank you.
It's her points that she gets for talking in the chat.
Okay. Amy says, welcome, Tears 672. Please like and subscribe. And what it is says, hello, Jake and Amanda, and to all the Untethered Live family. Hey, what it is, nice to see you, my friend. Cowboys 8 panel hits me with some bronze medal for 50 jewels. Thank you. Again. Appreciate it. Debbie says, Judy, I am a wiener. Thanks for noticing. Nice.
Hamburger helper hand, Cowboys.
Amy says, hi, Cowboys 8 panel. And hi, Cowboy. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I hope you're faring well out there in the world today. It is a scary place in the year of our Lord 2026. What it is says, why is there a need for politics? And why it has politics been around ever since before Christ? There is a need for politics because people want to run the world, and there's more than one opinion. Ergo, politics. As long as there's more than one opinion, there's going to be an argument about something. Politics is the supposedly civil way to argue about things without resorting to sticking each other in the neck with a sharp stick. Right? So politics is necessary. As long as there have been people that wanted something. That's politics. As long as there have been people that wanted to sell you something. That's politics. As long as there have been people that wanted to buy things. That's politics. As long as there have been people, there has been sex. That's politics. It's all politics. You have to understand that. You are just becoming aware in a world that has been ticking along like clockwork since the beginning of time. And you are just beginning to see it. But it's always been there. You have to learn that. And once you've learned it, now you have to learn how to control it. And then you will be in politics. Cowboy says, hi. Linda's here. She says, hamburger upper hand. Hi, Linda. And Cowboys. Hamburger upper hand Cowboys. Sorry. I should scroll up. Amanda.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to do the jewels. I
told you I've never seen a way you can do it. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's in the gift icon, and I've done it before. I just don't remember how to do it.
It's like a mystery.
Let's see where we at. Hamburger helper hand, Linda.
Nope.
Hamburger helper hand, Cowboy.
There you go. Now, Amy says cookie, heart.
Oh, hamburger helper hand, Linda.
There you go. What it is says, ask the lesbian how long it will take to build me a house. And she said, I'll give you my answer after Jake figures out where he's at.
8:39.
Ask the lesbian how long it takes to build a house. And she said she could have it done lickety-split. I thought that's what the lesbian dinosaur said to the other lesbian dinosaur. We'll be there lickety-split.
I
don't know.
I thought that was come on, I want to lick you.
I don't know. No, that's a Hawaiian island.
Oh,
come on, I want to lay you.
Oh.
Come a licky. Amy says, what it is. Mabel says, how do they cut the wood? What it is? Scissors?
Yeah.
The lesbians.
Yeah, seems legit.
Speaking of lesbians, Maddie might drop in tonight. I spoke to her earlier. Is Maddie a lesbian? What a shame. I mean, what?
Probably bi, speaking she used to be with Vic.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, yeah.
And Mabel says, we're good, Jake. Thank you. Listening to old 50s and 60s music with Hannah all day. Nice. I love 50s and 60s music. Doo-wop is some of the best stuff in the world. And that high-pitched thing that they used to could do that I can't do now.
The Michael Jackson thing?
No. The Sherry thing. You know.
Oh. Yeah.
I can't even do it. I can't even make that sound with my face anymore.
I can't even squeeze you hard enough to make you do it.
No, not even on accident. But I love that stuff. It's great stuff. Leader of the pack and my boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble. I love that stuff. Elvis,
Love
obviously.
Shack,
Love
B-52s.
Shack. That's B-52. That's 70s, but whatever. She said 50s and 60s. That's To do run, 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 to do run,
Yeah.
run. Hey, you know. You never close your eyes and you get any more. That kind of thing. Judy says, "Hey Mabel, I wish I could sing. I would serenade you so good, you would just swoon for days. But I've lost it all. I can't do it anymore. Thank you, COVID and cigarettes." What it is says, "No, but I got a large strawberry shake, and it's very delicious and fabulous." Fabulous. Nice. Mabel says, "Ciao, Judy." Tony M. P7W says, "Aliens are real distraction." Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, look over here while we're doing this over here that you're not paying attention to. That's exactly correct. If you look back in time, every single time the news, a serious thing that we watch on TV for our information, talks about aliens or UFOs, they are covering something up the government didn't want you to know about. I promise, every single time. All the way back to the 40s, the first time, it was covering up the B-52 bomber back then. So,
Yeah, now they're just trying to hide the fact that all the big people are coming out in the Epstein files.
B-2 bomber, whatever it was, that secret plane. Anyway, Judy says, "Hey, what it is?" Amy says, "The family jewels," right? Ready, Kafka? Judy says, "Hey, cowboys." And hey, Linda. Amy says, "Click that button, lurkers, the like button. This one, the one that goes up. Click that one." And hello to all my lurkers. Nice to see you. Judy says, "I love 60s music, Mabel." I
like
love it too.
music.
I love all music, really, even 30s music. Even that old band music that sounds like a scratchy record label that's going through a coned speaker. Yeah, I like that. I like it all. I'm a music connoisseur. I even like hip-hop and R&B and stuff like that.
But
Barry
he don't
White.
like the new country.
I don't like the new country. It's garbage.
Not all of it.
There's a couple that have snuck through, but most of it is just garbage. New music in general, not just country, all of it. Starting at about 2010. I think Three Doors Down was the last real band that we ever had. Anything after that, it's just noise.
Anything too far after Creed.
That was before Three Doors Down. Mabel says, "Me too, Judy. Hannah's favorite is Be My Baby by the Ronettes. Be my little baby.
That's from Dirty
Be my
Dancing.
baby." Yeah, I like that song.
That's from Dirty Dancing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Vic showed it to her on the phone last night, and she was playing it on repeat.
Yeah.
Try These Arms of Mine on her. She'll love it. That's some good stuff. I think it's in that same movie.
It
actually.
is.
Judy says, "LOL, Mabel." Amy says, "Where's Aaron? I spoke to him this morning. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding in the background. Aaron, are you here?
He's either hiding or sleeping.
Or actively avoiding me for some reason. Why? What did I do? I feel like I'm always on the hot seat. What's that all about? I'm just trying to love everybody." What it is says, "Jay got hate for you to swoon me. Jay got hate for you to swoon me. I'd be walking around wet all day." That wouldn't work for you, buddy. You got the wrong equipment. Unless there's something you're not telling me.
Well, it is what it is.
I mean, you might be drippy, but wet? No. No, that's your imagination playing tricks on you. You need to get some toilet paper.
I heard the funniest, grossest thing last night about died.
What was that?
About the bunny girl.
Bunny girl? Which
Yeah,
bunny girl?
The one that slept with 1,000 men in 12
yeah,
hours
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy made a comment. He says, "Yeah, about halfway through, I bet it was like trying to separate a toasted cheese sandwich."
Gross.
Gross.
Debbie says, "The Shoop Shoop song is one of my favorites." Yes. K5 Troy says, "Jews, Not in here, mister. This is a Mercedes.
They're making a number 2 of that.
Amy says, hi, K5 Troy. That's what that is. Yep, K5 Troy. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. Amy says, I like jelly roll. I prefer peanut butter and jelly.
I like jelly roll too.
Amy says, both the musicians and the food. Right? Both the musician and the food. Jelly roll. Right? Yeah. Linda says, my son and I always sing out loud the song, build me up, buttercup, lift me up, don't break my heart. Yep. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am old.
Yes, and My Girl.
My girl.
That's another one you got to sing out loud with somebody.
I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? My girl. K5 says, I ain't drinking no coffee without a little gunpowder in it. Amen, brother. I have gunpowder in my coffee as we speak.
But that would be called Gunpowder and Lead, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It's a song for that.
Gunpowder and lead. I like that song. Yep. What it is says, I've been listening to Black Oak, Arkansas, Ozark Mountain Daredevils, some ZZ Top back in the day, some blues. Yeah. All those are great musicians. That's Black Oak, Arkansas. That's a Midwestern music. That's a underground kind of alt country before they co-opted the word alt and made it something that it isn't. Back when alt country was actually alternative country music. Yeah, it's good stuff. I like the song Linda, says Judy. I'm lying here with Linda on my mind. Yep, good song.
I like the song Amanda, both of them.
Well, Amanda.
From Waylon Jennings and Boston.
I would sing it to you, honey, if I could string together a vocal cord.
I know you would.
It just ain't going to happen. I can barely talk. Aaron may be marinating, says what it is. He may be doing something that starts with an M.
Damn it, man. It might be marinating and medicated and some other M stuff, yeah.
Amy says what it is, he's been working lots of hours. He's probably asleep. Mabel says, Hannah likes jelly roll and she don't care for the music. But he isn't a very good man. But he is a very good man and she admires him for that. Amen to that.
Yep, he's come a long way, that's for sure.
I like Jelly Roll, but he's a very whiny singer. I don't like whiny country music. Please, look how bad look how miserable I don't like that. I don't like it. I like manly music. So, I like Jelly Roll. I don't like his music. He's very whiny. Like, Jesus, man. Take a dip of snuff and get a job or something. Have some pride in yourself. Eat that Copenhagen raw. Jelly Roll found Jesus in prison, says Amy.
Yep.
Most people do.
Yep.
That's the place to find him.
Yep. When you realize you're at the end of the road and you can't go nowhere but down, you got to find something to come up with.
Yeah, when you learn very starkly that you're not in charge.
Yep.
Yeah, you look for who is. That's the way that works. Unfortunately, our life, this world has been given to us. You think you're in charge for the first half of it. And until you get a little line on your face or two, you don't know that you're not in charge and that you're not the star of the show. You don't even know that you're a bit part player in somebody else's show until you get a couple of lines on your face. And then you learn, oh, I've been doing this all wrong. Who is in charge? That would be him. And then you reach out. But until then, you're living a fool's errand. Amy says God breaks us down to build us back up, Buttercup. That's correct. That is correct. And it is a hard world out there, and it's a hard lesson to learn sometimes. Hopefully, if you're smart enough, you can learn it without losing everything. But most of us, it takes a lot. Especially if you got a little ego or a little bit of hard-headedness like I do. You have to lose everything a couple of times before you learn. And that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. I guarantee you, we live in a weird time. It's one of those things that I don't know that we're ever going to see all of it, I don't think we will, but we're going to see some of it for sure. And what's happening right now with the Epstein files, it's just the dam is breaking. You're just seeing a tip of it. I think that they're wrestling trying to get it under control so they don't let it all come out. I don't think they want it to come out, but I think it's coming out.
I'm just glad that all the truth is actually finally starting to come out about Michael Jackson now.
Well,
I know it's quite a few years too late, but still.
Well, again, I'll tell you what I think about Michael Jackson. I think that Michael Jackson was a weird dude. I think he had a very unusual upbringing. His daddy was abusive, and he was passed around like a puppet. And I think he had some strange ideas. I also think that he was attracted to little boys. Now, whether you want to call that sexual or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that he had the voice of a castrato, and if you don't know what that is, take a moment to look it up. I can assure you there's science behind the idea, and there's evidence to back it up. He took medication when he was a teenager to castrate himself chemically. There is evidence to back that up, which means he ain't having sex with anybody. I saw him kiss his own wife one time, and it was the most uncomfortable thing I'd ever seen in my life. He is not touching people, I assure you. He doesn't do that. So I don't think Michael Jackson can molest little boys, or could. That's just my opinion.
I mean, his hands still work, but I don't see that happening because he went through all that so much as a child that I don't know.
I agree with that.
I don't see that happening.
I agree with that, but that's neither here nor there. Michael Jackson had a strange life.
Yes. He was just an odd character that liked to be by himself.
Right? I don't know if he liked it. He just felt like there was no other way. When you're Michael Jackson, there is no other way to be. You are the most famous person on planet Earth. You can't do anything normal. So, him and Elvis Presley are the only people that will ever understand that.
Yes.
Nobody else. It's also probably why he ended up marrying Lisa Marie, because she was the only girl in the world that could understand him. Because of her daddy. Although that didn't last very long. And if you ever go watch the video of him kissing her, it's a video, you can find it, you'll understand why it didn't last very long. I mean, it wasn't that she didn't love him or that he was infidelity or anything like that. There was nothing there, because there was nothing there. That guy's an empty vessel in the sexual reality. That's just the nature of who he was. And we all look at him and think he was a sexual pervert because he wore makeup and because he grabbed himself a lot. That was him just expressing himself in a different way. To him, that didn't mean anything. To us, we see it that way. So all of the perversion that was on Michael Jackson came from us, not from him. I mean, think about his music. He never even sang about sexual things. The most sexual song he ever had was Billie Jean, and he was saying, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. It's not my kid. It's not my lover, right? So the evidence is in the pudding. An old man used to say the proof is in the picking. Some are born to listen, some are born to play. The proof is in the picking. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Yes, but Corey Feldman swears up and down that was, he said, Corey Feldman said that was his safe place with Michael Jackson.
Right.
Because he knew that nothing was going to happen to him. He wasn't allowed to drink. He wasn't allowed to do drugs. He wasn't even allowed to cuss.
So Macaulay Culkin said much the same.
Yes. All the young kids and another Corey, I can't remember.
All of the people that were actual victims of sexual predation cleared Michael Jackson. All of the people that wanted Michael's money damned him.
Yes. And the people that cleared him were the ones that were being
passed around
by Epstein and them.
Yeah. But all of them refused to say that Michael Jackson did anything. Every one of them. Even the guy that his daddy accused him of doing it, even that guy said he didn't do it.
Yes.
And his daddy later went to jail for embezzlement, so.
Yeah, and his son disowned him.
And I think he committed suicide later on.
Yes.
The S word, YouTube. The S word. He unalived himself like nobody knows what that means.
Right.
I refuse to play this game of words. Words mean what they mean. Get over it.
But yes, everybody just saying that was their safe place. They knew that they could go there and nothing bad was going to happen to them. They could relax. They could be a kid.
Amy says the files are exposing the evil we knew was there, but were mocked about when we talked about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and more. Mel Gibson, the guy that played Christ, Jim Caviezel, Mark Wahlberg, Corey Feldman, a bunch of guys have told the police names. These are the people doing it, that the police didn't want anything to do with it. They only wanted Michael Jackson. It all hinged around Michael Jackson because at that time, people came out and named names and they didn't listen to them. So it's on record. These people's names are on file, the people that did these things in Hollywood, and they're still doing it. They're still in Hollywood. They still have prominent names. They still make lots of money. They're still acting. But nobody's doing anything about it. That should tell you everything. If you go watch Corey Feldman on The View and listen to Barbara Walters tell him that he's trying to ruin an industry by telling on the people that sexually molest children. Ruin an industry. She's worried about the industry, not the children. The truth about Jeffrey Epstein is he's just one man. But that evil has been here since the beginning of time, and there's always going to be a man that has that role. And the moment Jeffrey Epstein was taken out, someone else replaced him. And you don't know his name yet. Period.
There's a lot of high people involved.
Yeah. And it's coming out what I said last month. If the truth ever came out, the whole house of cards would come down. They're saying that in Washington right now. Trump has been recorded saying it. Many high prominent people have said it. If we told the whole truth, everyone would be taken out. The whole system would crumble. You're never going to hear the whole truth. You couldn't handle the whole truth. It's too wicked. It's just the nature of it. Amy says, where's Soph? If we were talking about Michael Jackson. Well, if you keep mentioning her name, she'll pop up. Debbie says, Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley. Weird. Yes, it was. Very weird. But they tried. They tried to have a normal life. They weren't normal people. Normal people can't have normal lives.
Yeah, we're being censored very bad.
Very bad. What are you talking about?
Linda says, I don't know why my chat isn't posting all the time, and we're being censored very bad.
Yeah, YouTube does not like that I tell the truth. Just so you know. So support this channel. It's the only way to keep it alive, because if not, they'll eventually censor me out of existence.
Last night, they wouldn't let me type grok into the chat.
Amy says, I know Michael Jackson spent a lot of time with Corey Feldman. He's a weird dude today. He is a weird dude today. But he still maintains Michael Jackson never touched him. And he says the people that did touch him
are still out there.
One of them is Charlie Sheen, by the way. Pinned him over and put Crisco in his butt crack and had him on a movie set, in broad daylight, whispering, "This is what men do," in his ear. That's what Corey Feldman says. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he says. Dirty Diana, that wasn't a very clean song, but it also was not about him and his sexuality. It was about Dirty Diana's sexuality, and he wrote that song because he was jealous that Diana smiled at somebody and not him at the awards. That's why that song exists. Diana being Diana Ross. But it wasn't his sexuality on display, it was hers. But again, I maintain that his sexuality has never been prominent because there is no his sexuality. He doesn't have any. You have to have testosterone or some kind of hormones to have that. Never heard that song, says Judy? Oh, it exists. Amy says, checked out. Who checked out?
Feldman?
I don't know. Add context, please. What are you talking about? Who checked out?
Oh, Aaron.
Oh, Aaron checked out. What?
Aaron checked out earlier.
I don't get
That
it.
was the only thing that somebody said checked out about, I think.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know then.
What it is Jay, my name is Jake with a K. Do you think we're at the time that peace will come, that this is the rapture, supposedly, or revelation, kind of like the Indian story of the great white buffalo. Everything will be at peace finally. No. First of all, rapture is not biblical. It's not in the Bible. There is no rapture. You're not going to be taken out of here. You have to go through the tribulation. That's the whole point of a tribulation, to put you on trial. That's what a tribulation is. You have to be on trial. That's the whole point of it. You have to go through it. You can't escape it.
Trials and tribulations.
Right. So there's that. And the great white buffalo is just an allegory for what the Indians are trying to understand about Christianity that they have forgotten about. So it's the same story. And that's when Christ returns. Christ will return pretty soon. And then there will be peace, but after a great war. He's going to kick butt and take names. But while we're here on this earth, it will never be war. There will be wars and rumors of wars. They will cry peace, 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 but there will be no peace ever. Peace does not exist on this timeline. I hate to tell you that, but that's the way it is. Linda says, I don't know why my chat isn't posting all the time, because we're being censored heavily. Correct. Kevin Bernard, what's up, brother? Kevin says, same for me, Linda. I apologize. It is not me doing it. I'm trying to give you a voice and give you a platform, and YouTube does not like it. But I'll do the best I can as long as I can. Judy says, Jake's chat's about to jump.
9:05.
Judy says, hey, Kevin. And Linda says, hey, Kevin, smiley face hand.
Hamburger helper, Kevin.
Nicholas Gogol says, remember, chat, the FBI and CIA included all false leads, anonymous tips, true or otherwise, in the file drops too. Correct. We know they are protecting the unironic shadow government social influencer ring. Nicholas, you are absolutely correct. One of the things is they keep talking about Trump being in the files so many times. Those are anonymous tips. All of them. They're post-2020 election, and they're all from call-in tips. Now, anybody's ever seen a call-in thing, a hotline set up, then you know they employ a lot of people to field calls, because they get a lot of nonsense in hopes that they find that one thing that'll actually lead to a tip that'll give them an investigative lead. But all the other bullshit has to be called in so that, they can get that one lead. Any movie that's ever covered it, anybody that's ever talked about it, that's the truth. These are anonymous tips to the FBI. All bullshit, because they're looking for that one thing they can use to get an investigation going. But what they did was they took all that bullshit and put it in the files. And all of it is what you're hearing about Trump. None of it is true. None of it.
Well,
they're not in the files. They are the anonymous tips that are included with the files.
that's like a while back when Whoopi and all them were talking about, well, you're in the files, you did this and you did that, and you did this and you did that, and she kept saying that she wasn't in the files. Well, when it came out that she's in the files now, oh, well, just because you're in the files doesn't mean you did anything.
Yeah, they're all in the files.
Yes.
Sadly, they exist in the elite world. All of the elites are in the elite world, and the elite world is perverse and demonic. And it just is. The price of fame is your soul. That's all there is to it. You want to be famous? You got to give something up. And if you give up the thing they want, you'll be famous, all right.
Yep.
But they'll have your soul. And now the hellhounds have come a-knocking. And now they're scared they're going to get drugged to hell by the hellhounds. Ask Robert Johnson about that. Ask Bob Dylan about that. You ever see that video of Bob Dylan talking to the reporter, one of the last interviews he ever did, where he says that he made a deal a long time ago, and he's keeping up his end of the deal when the reporter asked why he kept doing concerts. He's rich enough, he doesn't need to keep playing. He says, I'm just trying to keep up my end of the deal. In other words, I don't want the hellhounds to come get me. I got to keep doing what I said I would do. And then the reporter says, well, who did you make a deal with? He says, with the higher power, the leader of this world and other things. He says, do you mean God? And he was silent. No, he did not mean God. The leader of this world is not God, it's Satan. Amy says, St. Bernard, wave your hand. And Kevin says, I've been commenting. Nobody can see them. I'm sorry, Kevin. Please repost them until they post. I'd like to see what you got to say. And Debbie says, in my opinion, there will never be convictions over Epstein because the business model is the serpent that eats its own tail. That would be, yeah, Cerberus, or whatever his name is. Ouroboros. The female victims cannot name something.
Cannot name a recruiter because they themselves recruited. The same
Right.
with the elites. If they point a finger, 3 will be pointed back. That's right. I mean, they've already arrested Prince Andrew.
Yeah, but they arrested him for money, something to do with Bitcoin. It had nothing to do with trafficking children, which is what he's actually guilty of.
Yeah, well, they've also got all the other higher. What was Princess? What's her name?
I don't know.
The one that they were talking about last night.
Yeah, they got their names, but they haven't arrested them.
No, but they're there's a bunch of high people in there.
Kevin says, Saint Spit Bubbles, Amy. Saint Raspberry. Raspberry. What it is says, bring it on. Let's hear the truth. Let's get it all out and get on with life. Let's be redeemed. That way we can know who's who and stay away from them. All right, you ready for this? I'll tell you the truth. Anybody who is famous has done something to become famous that is not godly. Anybody who is rich has done something to become rich who is not godly. They're all guilty, every one of them. Every single politician, every single movie star, every single pop star, every picture that's like this on a magazine somewhere, or like this, or like this, or like this, they're all in on it. Every single one of them. All of your favorites. Every word that the media tells you is a lie. Every word that the newspaper, the news, movies, songs, it's all based on lies. Songs, in particular, are fantasies that don't happen in real life. So anytime you watch a movie and swoon over the love story, that doesn't happen in real life. That's why it's in a movie, because people want it and they portray it. They can't have it. That's why they're putting it in a movie instead of doing it.
Everything is bullshit.
Everything is bullshit. That's the truth. Epstein is just a name. Before him, it was Jimmy Savile in England. And it goes back to the beginning of time and it will stretch out to the end. When he dies, another will take his place. Right now, they're just uncovering his other property in Texas, in New Mexico, wherever it is, the ranch, where really crazy shit was going on. Not like what was on the island, but really crazy shit.
His baby barn.
He was into transhumanism. He tried to seed the human race with his DNA. It's true.
Getting people pregnant and immediately taking the babies away from them.
Their
And they never see their baby away.
Yeah, dead bodies on that property and all kinds of things. That's the truth. The truth is you are in over your head. That's the truth.
Yeah, people are going to find out a little bit more information than I think that they wanted to find out.
Exactly. And aliens being real is comical in comparison. You want to know the truth? Are you ready for the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Whole place where they took all the babies and stuff too and did whatever. God only knows what happened to them babies.
Yeah. All the little stories about adrenochrome where they frighten children to death and then suck the juice out of their pineal glands and then take it as a drug, all that's real. There are real vampires in this world. And they live in Hollywood. Hollywood, interestingly enough, holly is the wood that they make magic wands out of. That place was chosen because of its natural abilities of being wicked in that area, and large amounts of holly trees. Because witchcraft, Aleister Crowley and Jack Parsons and all those people were involved in creating that world that is over there, that Hollywood that we know about, Hollywood land. They all created that. It's wicked to its core. It is a deep, seedy underbelly of a city that thrives on human blood and suffering. It chews people up and spits them out, and occasionally they make movies there. So I assure you, everything about this world is fake. Everything that you think you know, everything you think you understand, every solid fact that you think you got handled, evolution all the way up to we landed on the moon, all of it is bullshit. Every bit of it. And the truth is, we're just here trying to get by to the next day. That's the truth. Linda says, I didn't post anything controversial.
Oh, no, it's not unknown.
I don't know. Stop responding to things I haven't got to yet.
But no, sometimes you have to space out your word. If you think it's going to be a word that's going to be blocked, just put spaces in between the letters.
Debbie says, recruiter. Because you point one finger at a recruiter, you got three fingers pointing back at you. That's right. They're all complicit. That's why they don't name names. That's the very model that Jeffrey Epstein built. It was engaging in blackmail, right? They tell you that part. Well, if he's engaging in blackmail, that means he's got something dirty on the people that can name names. That means they're not going to name names because they're guilty too, right? That's the way it works. That's what holds all of this together. Everybody's dirty, therefore nobody says anything. Amy says, is everyone on all comments and live chat? And make sure you got the live chat or all comments. There's Aaron. He says, what about me? We're just wondering where you were, buddy. We miss you. How are you? Nice to see you. Amy says, checked out, unavailable. Or unalive. Oh, checked out. Yeah, because I said the S word. Right. I got it. Kevin says, Aaron. Judy says, hey, Aaron. Amy says, hi, Aaron. Debbie says, howdy, Saint Spit Bubbles. Aaron says, I'm always around. Good deal. What it is says, I went and had a massage today. Did you have a happy ending? And I went and had a fish and chips at the end of the day with a strawberry shake on the Sabbath. Took a nap for about an hour and a half. And this has been a good Saturday. It sounds like a good Saturday. Good rest. Good rest day. I slept all day, so that's what you should do on the Sabbath, rest. That's the whole point of the Sabbath. Amanda says,
hamburger upper hand, Aaron.
And Linda says, hamburger upper hand, Aaron. And Judy says, sounds like it what it is. It sounds like a good day. Strawberry shake even sounds good.
I can give you a shake, but it won't be strawberry.
Ooh. It might be something. Sorry, my chat jumped again. I got it, though. Amy says, he's kicking butt and taking names and chewing bubblegum, and he's fresh out of bubblegum. That would be Jesus, yes. Kevin says, it's the aliens messing with the chat. Could be. They don't like me telling the truth, I can tell you that. And just look at my numbers. And then look at when they let up on it and watch how many times I jump up in numbers. And then they'll press back down, and then nothing for months. So, yeah. I am not in charge of my growth, put it that way. That's why it's so important for you guys to support what you love, because if you don't, it goes away. Something has to keep this thing afloat, so thank you for that. What it is, says Jake, I hate to tell you this, but there is peace on earth. I have a peace of mind and a peace of serenity. You think you do, but you don't. Drake, is that considered politics? What YouTube is doing as far as picking and choosing? Yes.
Yes.
What comes in this chat and this live? Why did they do that? They do that because they don't want to have a good conversation or a good flow. They want to lightly infuriate people until they push us away from each other. That's what it is.
And they don't want to
That's
share
why
the truth.
bots come in here and start arguments. Because they want to lightly infuriate you until they push you away. They do not want you drinking my Kool-Aid. Because the Kool-Aid is good. Right? I hate to tell you that, but that's the truth.
Nope. They've learned that we don't deal with the crap and all the what are they called? Conspiracy theories and all that dumb shit.
Who's Nicholas? Amy says, hi, Nicholas.
One that came in.
Was it? Oh, yeah, I did read that. You're right. Kevin says, Monkey Juice said he was molested by Bigfoot. And he will tell you it wasn't the foot they were talking about. Wow. Wow. Ouch. Well, if he was molested by Bigfoot, at least somebody knows where he's at. What it is says, why can't we see the house of cards fall? Doesn't that mean that we can rebuild after that and make it more stable and uncriminalized? Well, what it is, I want you to just think for a minute. Just put yourself in somebody who runs the country's shoes. Just imagine that you're any of the big people, Donald Trump, whatever. Do you really want them to tear you down and build something better than you in your place? No, you want to be the be-all, end-all of all things. You want to run the country. You don't want somebody to run it better than you. That's why you fought to run it in the first place. That's why they don't. It's really about ego. It's really about self-absorption. It's about believing that you have all the answers. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect, alive and well in every human being that lives. Every question you ask is a good question. It's an earnest, heartfelt question, but it's naive. It's naive because you're not considering who you're talking about. They don't want to be rebuilt. They don't want to be decriminalized. They like making all the money off of you. They like the fact that you're cattle and that they have elite status because of your hard work. They like that. That's how the world works. So the house of cards does not want to fall down. Pardon me. Amy says, maybe rephrase the comment, right? Just get it in here however you can, because I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. What it is says, is perversion a God-given gift? No, it's a perversion of God's gifts. Sex is God's given gift. Perversion is a perversion of that. Twisting of it. A turning upside down of God's beautiful gifts. And if so, as long as perversion is using the will of God, I mean, what strikes a man to be attracted to a woman, stop and think about the figure of a woman. Everything that is natural happens automatically. Everything that's perverted takes a man's mind to cause it to happen. No man on planet Earth can look at a hot young woman and choose to sleep with another man. No man on planet Earth can do that if he's functioning properly, can do that. Unless he perverts the will and decides to do something different with it. Unless he is not happy with the status quo, which is what Adam and Eve was all about, the whole Garden of Eden story. God gave them something, they weren't happy with it. They wanted to do more. They wanted something other than what was given to them. And they perverted the upright and made it perverted, twisted it. And that's what happened. So there you go. You answered your own question. Amy says, Raspberry Beret from Prince. That was a good song. So was When Doves Cry and Purple Rain.
Oh, yeah. Prince had a bunch of good songs.
Yeah, he did. And a bunch of weird ones, too.
Yeah, but still.
Amy says, I've heard stories. I'm not sure if it's true about hunting those girls on the island. Oh, no, that's true. They've made several movies about it because it's a true story. People get hunted all the time by the elites. There's a new movie coming out right now about that very thing. And it's about the third or fourth movie in the last 10 years about that subject matter. Go see Sound of Freedom. That will give you the answer to a lot of the questions you're asking. Debbie says, I read an article years ago about the daytime soaps. They are written with very complicated lives, so the stay-at-home moms can feel better about their own lives. Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct. Everything about movies is propaganda, and it is to entice you out of the life that you live. That's exactly true. Just think about how sick that is for a minute. Why would an industry be interested in making you live a life vicariously through someone else? To entice you out of the life that you are currently living, because it is wholesome and good, and what they want is for you to want what's on the other side of the fence, which is Satanism. Do what thou wilt. It is coercion at its finest. All movies, all songs, all books, every single one is designed to pull you out of God's reality and put you on a path of self-destruction. All of them. Every fantasy novel, every love book, every seedy Steele, what's her name, Anastasia Steele or whatever, 50 Shades of Grey, all those books are designed to pervert your expectations so that normal life doesn't feel normal anymore. It's not enough. So you go looking elsewhere. Because the state wants to take the nuclear family apart and put the children as state's wards of the state, and want the women to be married to the government so that they're on welfare, and the children are the state's problem and not the parents. And the men are removed from the fray. Why? Because men, if you live in a house with a man who is a well-centered, God-fearing man, he don't put up with that shit. You cannot make him do anything. So they remove him so that they can control the new family, the single mother with the wayward children. It's that simple. That's the world we live in. Unknown for You 109 says, yes, they are called Jews. No, they're not. The Jews that exist today are not real Jews. They are fake. They are the synagogue of Satan, not the Jews. Even the Bible says that many, many years ago. Phil Jen Darmery, or whatever your name is, don't message retract. I can't read it if you retract it. Welcome to the show, everybody. Judy says, right, Debbie, I believe that. And Amy says he had a bank account under that name, Baal. Who did? Who's he? Did I miss one?
No.
About hunting girls on an island, and then he had a bank account under the name Baal, B-A-A-L, which is a false deity in the Bible. Beelzebub, same guy. We know who that is. Not surprising what they do with those babies. Oh, Epstein. So sad. No wonder they support Planned Parenthood. It's sacrifice to the devil. Well, it's sacrifice to Moloch, which is a devil. It's a form of the devil, yes. And that is exactly what Planned Parenthood is. We've been sacrificing babies to the tune of millions. Moloch is a very happy false god right now. That's all I can tell you.
There was one of the girls that was giving her detail. It's been released in the files about how they went in there with a hook and took her baby without her permission.
Did you hear the one where there was an email between Epstein and another client? And he says that the girl was praying to Jesus and that she knows he's the one that saves her. And then Epstein says, you should dress like him the next time you go in. And he said, yeah, the whole come to Jesus trick. I got it. And she says, She knows it saves her life when she prays to Jesus. Whoops.
Yeah.
That's in an email from Jeffrey Epstein. So, yeah, they are not godly people. Unknown for you 109 says everything is connected to Freemasonry. Incorrect. I hate to tell you that. Freemasonry is just a gentleman's club that existed for a very long time. It didn't used to be a gentleman's club, but come about the 1800s, it switched from being operative Masons to speculative Masons. Ask me how I know. They're not the bad guys you think they are. They're just secret, and you don't like secrets. That's all. If you knew the secrets, it would disappoint you. Linda says, isn't it interesting that high-up people from different countries are being named, but we can't get the people from America? Oh, we got them.
Oh, yeah, we got them.
They're just redacted. And the reason they're redacted is because they're being protected by our government, because they don't want to tell you who they are. But you know who they are. Think about it for a minute. You know who they are. Oprah Winfrey, George Clooney, all of the names, Weinstein, all of the big directors, all of the big highfalutin elites, all of the people with their pictures on a magazine like this, or like this, or like this. They're all there.
And all the ones that, everybody that said anything about Trump said that Trump was nothing but a gentleman.
Yep.
Even Elon Musk. Elon Musk was there in weird times too, so he's not innocent either.
Yeah, they're all guilty, except Trump. He's
Bill
the
Gates,
only one that's not.
Yeah, he's the only one that they're saying that he hasn't done anything to anybody.
And even he is protecting them because they're his friends. And he's aware of the power dynamic. And he understands that if he pulls the rug out from all of this, that everything that makes him Trump goes away. Everything that makes the world he lives in goes away. That's why he won't pull the rug. But it's not because he's guilty. He might be the cleanest man in history. He's the most investigated man in history for sure. And if they could have found a parking ticket, they would have used it against him, I promise. Not only is he not in the files, he's not in any files. He literally has done nothing wrong in that world. I mean, he's done plenty of wrong. He's a builder, for God's sakes. He's been cutting corners since day one. He's tied to the mafia. But he ain't in that crowd. And they hate him for it. And the very reason I'm not going to get any bigger than I am right now is because I'm not in that crowd. And I won't sell you out for my glory. I hope you appreciate that, because I'm aware of it and I choose it. It's not lost on me what I could do. I'm a master of wizardry. I've been dealing in wizardry since the day I stepped into the entertainment business. I know exactly how to manipulate and culture and maneuver myself into positions, and I don't do that on purpose. I tell you the truth, and I hope you appreciate that, because it costs me everything. Everything, which is nothing, because if I gained it all, what gains a man if he gains the whole world? What profits him if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? What profit is there in that? There is none. Judy says, not surprised, Linda. Wait, I skipped one, sorry. Linda says, isn't it interesting that high-up people from different countries are being named, but we can't get the people from America? I did read that. Judy says, not surprising, Linda. Amanda says,
no, it's not unknown.
There's another message retracted from Feld. All right, I'm going to stop looking if you keep retracting. Unknown says, not true, Amanda. Oh, it is true. You're talking to people that actually know. You're surmising. You're guessing. We actually know the difference. I am a Mason. I know where they stand.
And I think Feld is the one that came in here before, and he would put a message in, and then a few minutes later retract it. If he does it again, I'm kicking him out.
There you go.
There is another one in this section right here, but if I see one more, he's out of here.
Right. Unknown says, smiley, smiley. And Amy says, hi, Unknown. Welcome. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Yes, please do. We need some new subscribers in here. Hit that subscribe button, everybody. Unknown says, scared of YouTube strike. I'm not scared of a YouTube strike.
No.
Go back and watch my content, and I'd all but dare them to strike me. Amy says, hi, Feld Jen. Please like and subscribe. Feld says, message retracted.
No, definitely not scared of YouTube.
I'm not scared of anybody, by the way. Male or female, human or otherwise. What it is I can handle the truth. I got God on my side. Come on now. I see a little bit of the dark side when I was out there doing things and I shouldn't have been doing, and I know it exists. Exactly. It is out there. There are things. That's the reason I'm not famous, by the way. I was there. Go look. Go check the record. I was right there at it. I could reach out and touch fame. I was in the same room with fame. But I saw what it cost, and I backed away. And that's why I'm here instead of there. Aaron says, I spent all day working on the kids' AC, and when I finished and told her it needs to be recharged, she said, I wish I knew I would have called the Freon guy earlier. Well, that's gratitude for you. Amy says, hi, Drake. Sorry I missed you. That's me. Like and subscribe. No, he's talking about me. He's making fun of me. He's intentionally not calling me by my name. Dwight, welcome back. He says, his Kool-Aid is toxic and vengeful. He needs to repent. Are you referring to me, Dwight?
Yes, he was.
Well, you don't know what you're talking about now, do you? One of us, between you and me, one of us actually works for the man. Guess who it is? Aaron says, never again. My Kool-Aid is vengeful. No, it's not. Name 1 ounce of evidence you have for that statement there.
He's been thrown out before, too.
Yeah, I know. Aaron says, never again. Feldman gets banned. Bye. Amy says, hi, Dwight, and hugs to Aaron.
And don't start, Dwight. You'll be removed again.
Fab Daddy's here. He says, I've been quiet for about an hour. That suits you.
Was it hard?
When are you going to talk about the latest news? You know, tariffs and Supreme Court. That's not what tonight's episode is about. You want to talk about it? Bring it up. Did you read the headline? That'll tell you what we're talking about. And to that, I will tell you, I talk about whatever I damn well feel like talking about. But if you bring it up, I'll discuss it. Amy says, I like grape Kool-Aid, extra sweet. Ixnay on the ape gray.
Or the pizza.
It's in the files. No pizza either. Judy says, hey, Fab. And hey, Fab.
Hamburger helper hand, Fab.
Amy says, hi, Fab. Linda says, hi, Fab. Fab Daddy says, happy Saturday. It is happy.
When it comes up, Fab.
The news today that you're referring to just started today. There is no news to report on. It hasn't propagated yet. When it does, which will be next Saturday, I'll probably discuss it. I don't talk about things that just happened today. I'm not on the bandwagon with all the conspiracy theorists that jump on a thing that they just heard and make all kind of assertions that may or may not be true. I look at the evidence, and when I report to you, you can be certain that I'm telling you the truth. That's the difference between me and the media. So when am I going to talk about it? When I understand it. When I know what's going on. When I can argue with you and be right. But you're welcome to speculate all you like.
Yeah, you can make an ass out of yourself.
Amy says, what it is it your birthday? Is it?
No. Monday is his birthday, I think.
Well, happy birthday. I will make sure and put the banner up for you. Amy says, oh, wait, that's a different Randall. Sorry. Oh.
His is Tuesday, the 24th. My bad.
Your birthday's coming up right in the corner then, huh?
Yep.
Well, happy birthday Tuesday. I'll say happy birthday Monday. I won't be here Tuesday.
we at? It should be pretty close to me here in a minute. Oh, okay, go ahead.
What it is says, no, Amy, but my birthday is on Tuesday, the 24th of February. But you were close. And Judy says, happy early birthday, what it is. Yes, happy birthday, sir. Amy says, happy early birthday, what it is.
Happy early birthday, what it is.
Amy says, I saw the movie. It was very impactful. The movie, Sound of Freedom?
Yes.
Yes. Yep, that's a good movie. And what it is says, thank you, Judy, Amy, and Amanda. And Jake.
And you're welcome.
Fab Daddy says, Fulton, Georgia wants their ballots back. Well, they can have them because they're fake.
They're bullshit.
And why was the head of the CIA there? Because they're looking into the fraud that happened there. That's why the head of the CIA is there. Think about what you're saying. She should be looking for foreign countries, not America's voting systems. Well, the voting systems are fraudulent. That's why they're looking at them. Failure of administrative powers. Wrong. Wrong again. The CIA is there because the FBI can't be trusted. Because they're the ones that allowed this shit to happen in the first place. That's why they're there. What's the matter with you? You just can't stand being wrong, can you?
No, he can't.
Amanda says.
You're welcome, what it is.
And Judy says, you're welcome. Fab Daddy says, funny thing about the FBI affidavit was that it came from a guy named Olson. Why is that funny? He's a big election denier, has been censured already for false claims. Imagine that. The FBI cannot be trusted. What it is says, Jake, do you know the secret handshake of the nation or the secret code words? Yes.
Yes.
Amy says, I don't know enough about the Georgia ballot situation to speak about it, Fab, but that's interesting. Well, I do know a lot about it because I looked into it, and I can assure you they were cheating. And so were everyone else in the battleground states that had those voting machines. They were all cheating. And they will not be cheating in the next election because they're being done away with as we speak. And watch and see how it goes then. That'll be your proof. Also, look at the evidence. They cheated, and Joe Biden won. The very next election, everybody was watching them, and they couldn't cheat, and Trump won with a landslide. It's funny about that, isn't it? How 4 years can turn somebody completely stronger than they were to start with. And he was winning that one until 4:30 in the morning, and they cheated. And then Joe Biden sneaked in there with just the skin of his teeth. Just enough votes to get him over the line. Yeah, come on, man. How dumb do you have to be to continue to believe that nonsense? Look around you. Amy says, but Fab, I do know there's election deniers on both sides. There are that. Hillary Clinton was an election denier. Don't believe it? Go look at the tapes. Debbie says, that is why they hate Trump. He was the only one that had nothing to lose by turning in Epstein. Correct. He's actually the one that did turn in Epstein. That's why he got arrested. Amanda says election was 100% rigged and bullshit. You read that, it's yours.
Election was 100% rigged and bullshit. I was trying to, and you did it before I could.
Sorry, I was on autopilot. You know how that works. Continue.
And exactly, Debbie.
Fab Daddy says Trump is not innocent. I never said he was. That's why they're hiding the other Epstein material. No, that's not why.
Trump is in there over 3,000 times.
And
what are they hiding about Trump? It's all good.
It's all post-2020 nonsense, the bad stuff that you're talking about. It's all from a tip line, post-2020.
Yes, and everybody that they have interviewed said Trump hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, you are just reaching for straws, buddy. Nobody believes that, except you.
Go on with your what's his name? The guy, the old man. The old man, the one that they got a few years back. Oh,
Prove me wrong by releasing it all. Well, you got to talk to the people that have it. I can't release any of it. And unredacted for Congress. Well, the Congress are the ones that redacted it. So I think you got your information wrong there, Fab Daddy. Amanda, what are you saying?
the old man that they indicted a few years back on all the assault stuff.
They do not know.
He just showed up in the files. Starts with another E.
Well,
You said his name earlier. Anyway,
you'd have to be more specific.
he was an actor.
Are you talking about George Clooney?
No, the old man.
The old man.
Yes, he's kind of bald headed. He walks with a walker.
Oh,
Starts with an E.
I know who you're talking about. Shut up. Harvey Weinstein.
Weinstein. I don't know why I said E. Yes, Weinstein. He's just as guilty as Epstein.
Oh, yeah. Amy says, what is it? He could show you, but he'd have to unalive you after he showed you what it is.
Oh, yeah, the shaking stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't show you those things. Yeah. Fab Daddy, I'm not in charge of the Epstein files. I can't release them. I would if I could. Monkey Juice says, let's go, Monkey. Let's go, Monkey. What's up, buddy? Aaron says, I'm driving. Once I get to the house, then I'm going to pull out this hammer.
Monkey hamburger helper hand.
Monkey says, Monkey keeping it low key tonight. Right on, brother. Amy says, ooh, nice, Aaron. Monkey says, see you next week. Come on.
We're not talking about the file, the ballots. He doesn't want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Or he knows we're right about everything we're talking about tonight, so he's not going to put his 2 cents in.
I don't blame him. Dwight says, who won the popular vote for president in what?
What?
The last one? Trump.
Yeah.
The first one? Trump.
Yeah.
The second one? Hard to tell. It was a little bit screwy. But I'd say probably Trump.
Before it was all rigged and erased and lied about.
Bana Tatiti Yekavayor says, boycott Epstein.
Well, yeah.
Viva la Epstein. Let's do it. Cafe Bistelo. Y seguro, senor. Hey, everybody, hit that like button, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box. But if you'd love to, you can do that at CashApp, $ Jake Johnson Band. I'd appreciate it if you do. Amy says, hi, Banna. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. And Banna says, thank you, Amy L. Amy L? Are you typing with an accent? I like it. Amy says,
it's right.
Stacey Abrams denies losing too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's AMYEL, Amy Elizabeth.
Oh, I got it. That makes sense. Amy says, old man Amanda? Ted Nugent? No, she was talking about Harvey Weinstein. Amy says, oh, I'm thinking about something else. Right. Ted Nugent's just a wild man from Michigan, or wherever he's from, Minnesota. I can't remember. Something starts with an M. Motor City Madman.
Mississippi, isn't he?
No, I think it's Michigan. Amy says, my question is why Trump said Epstein files were a hoax, but now they're not. No, what he was saying is everything that they're trying to pin on him is a hoax, and that's correct. Because they're using stuff from a hotline, a tip line, and trying to pin it on him as if it's true stuff, and it's all bullshit. That's what he's referring to being a hoax. And he's correct. It is a hoax. That's all bullshit. Oh. Debbie says, Amy, Trump never said the files were a hoax. He said what the Democrats were saying about them was a hoax. Correct. That's right. What it is says, Jake, do you believe that Epstein is alive and well and walking around over in Israel. I don't know if I believe that or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we know that we have a program called the Witness Protection Program that does that very thing, and they use it a lot. And we know that this is legal documentation. This is not conspiracy theory stuff. This actually happened. It's in the files. It's in the transcripts. We know it up. It's real. That they made a body out of rags and cardboard and pushed it out in front of all the media at the jail. And the real body was swept away in the middle of the night and nobody noticed. Now, why would they do that with a dead body? He's dead. He's not going to get any deader if he goes in front of the media or not. Obviously, they weren't close enough to the media that they could find out it was a fake body, so it really didn't matter now, did it? So why would they do that? Why would there be a separate vehicle from the military come and get Jeffrey Epstein? Why would a guard say they wheeled him out in a wheelchair and put him in a black van and disappeared? They switched him out. Why did they do that? So no, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he was alive. And also, why would Megyn Kelly come on the day after he committed unalivement and say that we're about to hear things that we never thought we'd hear, possibly from Epstein himself? Why would Megyn Kelly do that if she didn't know something that we didn't know? There are a lot of things. You ever notice how when the truth comes out, there's a large amount of it that you already knew? You ever notice how that happens? That 10 years ago you heard that stuff, and now they're talking about it like it's just a revelation? It's because the truth has been out here the whole time. And they're just getting around to shaping the narrative for you to be consuming it. That's all. Believe it or not, every single thing that has come out about Jeffrey Epstein, we've already heard about. Even the eating babies and the dead people and the ranch in New Mexico and the adrenochrome and the pizza parties and all of that. We heard about all of that years ago in little increments. And they're just putting it all together into a narrative now and calling it the truth. Isn't that strange? You ever notice that? Am I the only one? Amanda.
Nope, you're not the only one.
Debbie says, Amy, Trump never said, I read that one. Amy says, thanks for clarifying, Debbie. And Jake, pleasure. Fab Daddy says, what about the autopsy photos? The arm tattoo removed. Well, there's a lot about that too. About how that wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. And how the markings are not consistent with suicide, but with strangulation. How the hyoid bone was broken. And you can't do that by strangulation alone. You have to press. Laura the Mortician. Yeah. Amy says, watch Laura the Mortician. She talks about the autopsy photos and makes some interesting things suggesting he's not dead. Right.
Well, his gaming file is active.
Yeah, his World of Warcraft profile is active in Israel right now. So, somebody's using his account. Maybe they want his numbers or something. Who knows? Too much truth? Have I laid it on too thick, ladies and gentlemen? We seem to have lost Mabel. Where you at, Mabel? Do I did dum diddy do. The truth is, though, we live in a sinister world and it has fallen. So everything you're going to hear from now on out is going to trend in that direction. And you're not going to be happy with the results. Life is bad. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, and support the things you love, because they are very few and far between, and they will go away if you don't. I haven't heard about Ghislaine Maxwell lately. What's she doing? What's going on with her? Well, she has a body double that is pleading the fifth to everything and staying in jail for her. There's that. That is clearly not Ghislaine Maxwell in that jail cell. Or was that her on TV? Mm-mm. Go look at it. Debbie says, and now they're saying that Ghislaine, that is in prison, is not her. See? Her jawline is different, her nose is wider, and her ears stick out further than the real Ghislaine. And she sounds different. Yeah, that's not her. If that is her, she underwent some kind of serious transformation while in jail. Maybe the Ozempic wore off. Who knows? Amy says, maybe Epstein is an alien. You might be right. He might be one of those angelic type aliens. Pardon me. Fab Daddy says, have you seen his jailhouse letter? A letter? You know letters can be written right by anybody. Did you see him write it? The one where he mentions Trump and the FBI sent to get handwriting expert analysis. Well, the expert says they didn't have enough samples to determine. That's because it's not his handwriting.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's what they say when they can't prove their thesis. You know, the one that they're running with?
And
Instead of saying,
and
that's
nobody will
not
fall for
his.
their bullshit,
Yeah.
right?
Instead of saying that's not his, they say we can't determine. There's not enough samples. How many samples do you need to determine that's not his handwriting? All you got to do is look at his handwriting from something you saw him write and compare it. Handwriting is like fingerprints. No two are the same. It's very easy to tell that someone else wrote a letter, like Kurt Cobain's offing letter. The first half is his writing and the second half is not. And you can tell. How about that? I have not seen his handwriting, though. I have not seen his jailhouse letter. But I will tell you this. Jeffrey Epstein had a system. He would recruit people to go recruit other people. You can hear Joe Rogan talking about this, that a guy named Krauss, a scientist, was really trying to introduce him to Jeffrey Epstein. He kept pestering him about it till it got weird. I can't think of the guy's name, something Krauss. He's one of those ancient alien scientists or whatever. Anyway, that's how it works. You get some high-profile person to pull in other high-profile people and invite them to parties. So when you get them there, then you can get dirt on them, and then they're in your little black book. So yeah, Jeffrey Epstein was talking about Trump a lot because he wanted to get him and couldn't. Same thing with a few other people. So go look into that. Use common sense and understand that it's a system being managed. Do-I-did-it-did-it-dum-did-it-do. Amy says maybe Epstein is wearing a skin mask and impersonating Bad Bunny. Could be. Judy says, LOL, Amy. Aaron says, made it. Glad you made it home. Amy says, Aaron with his big hammer. Aaron, do you have a big hammer? Aaron says it's impressive enough. Aaron says, nope. Debbie says, funny how someone like Trump doesn't have enough samples to check. Really? And no other letters with dirty drawings where there is one? There will be others. People are who they are. Drawing. I agree. Drawing dirty pics on a letter is not one and done thing. Correct. What it is Jake, when you think public executions will return to America to show criminals if you do this crime, this is what will happen to you. Well, we have public executions frequently. You remember Saddam Hussein? He was hanged in public. And we have the electric chair in a lot of places like Texas.
And Florida.
And Florida.
And Florida has open to the public executions.
What we need to do is take that shit out into the town square and televise it. That's what we need to do. And show people.
Especially the pedos.
And I think that we shouldn't play games. I think if you are found guilty by 3 peers, meaning there are 3 witnesses that say you did this thing and there's proof and evidence and all that to go with it, I think they should take you out of the courtroom and put one between the eyes.
I'll say they kill animals for hurting children. Why not people?
I agree. I don't think we should play games. I don't think we should keep them in prison for indefinitely. Just go ahead and handle it right there on the spot. Send them back to the father who sent them. Let him deal with it. That's what you should do with those kind of people. And that's the worst kind of crimes I'm talking about, not just petty stuff. I'm talking only violent crimes. Amy says, I draw stick figures and flies. Really? Aaron says, the gun line. Agreed. It's simple. Bullets are cheap. A lot cheaper than 20 years in jail and feeding them. Linda says, I'm going to say good night. I had a busy day. Amanda, you would have loved all the classic cars I got to see today. Oh, yeah.
I know I would have.
Well, have a great night, Linda. We love you and thank you for being here. Amy says, wood chipper halftime show. I agree. I think that's perfectly right. For like child molesters and such, yes, the wood chipper. Have people like Gallagher concerts with plastic.
Covered up over them. Night, Linda.
Amen to that. That beats Bad Bunny all to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Every red-blooded America would support that, too. Judy says, good night, Linda. And Amanda says,
oh, I know I would have, Linda.
Judy says, me too, Linda. Amy says, night, Cookie. Fab Daddy says, Les Wexner. You got the X in the wrong place. The Les Wexner. Not Lex Wesner. Les Wexner. And was Epstein's money man. I don't doubt that. He deposed by Congress, and the DOJ never questioned him about Epstein. Another FBI cover-up, and Pam Bondi only cares about her loyalty to Trump, not the victims. Well, I said that last week. I don't like Pam Bondi. I think she's the wrong person for the job, and I think that she's compromised.
And the government don't care about the victims either.
Right. Nobody cares about the victims. It ain't never been about the victims. The only reason they're talking about it is because people won't shut up about it. If they'd shut up about it, it would go away. There you go. It's not about the victims. And by the way, the victims are the ones who can put the people away. Why are they being redacted and protected? Make them speak. They're the ones that have the information that can get the people arrested, to get them off of the streets, to vindicate them from their victimhood. That's the ass backwards way of doing it. You don't hide a victim. You let them talk. Amy says, feet first, slow speed. Yes. Into the wood chipper. Yes. What it is says, I've noticed that YouTube has not been letting some of my chats come through. Just now? Everybody's been talking about that.
It's a bunch of us.
Les Wexner from WKRP in Cincinnati. That's Les Nesler. Debbie says, only the victims can bring charges. Without them here, there is no case.
Right.
Yeah, kind of weird how they just protect them and keep them hidden, right?
Fab Daddy says one victim wrote a book, but writing a book doesn't do any good.
Right. Books can't prosecute people.
And all of these victims have already given their side of the story to other administrations.
Yes. And also all the names that are redacted were unredacted 10 years ago.
Yes.
And you could read them then. Because none of these files are new. I haven't seen anything that I didn't already know. Nothing yet. What it is says, night, all. What it is, thank you for being here, brother, and thank you for your support. I appreciate you very much. See you next time.
Good night, what it is.
Amanda says.
Good night, what
said
it is.
Okay.
But yes, and the ones that are redacted are the big people that the Democrats don't want getting out because it's going to hurt their pocket.
Yeah, when you realize that your side is complicit in all of this, you might want to distance yourself from all that. There are some on my side, but your side created the problem. Amy says, in some cases, juveniles can't press charges, so the state presses charges on behalf of the victims. State, not federal. Right. That's the big difference. This is the federal government. They don't care about state stuff. Amy says, good night, what it is. And Debbie says, and in that book, she clearly states that Trump was not involved in any of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that book you're talking about, it exonerates Trump.
So does everybody else.
Yeah. When are you going to see that you're on the wrong side of history here? How long do I have to beat you over the brow with it before you see it? Pam Bondi is ref? You mean referee? Maybe. I don't like Pam Bondi. I think she's doing bad. I don't think she has the right temperament for the job, and I think that she's a Trump sycophant, and I don't think we need that. Trump is right. You don't need a sycophant to prove that. What you need is people with balls that'll do the right job, follow the letter of the law, and if you do that, these people go down. That's not what's happening, though. That's not Trump's fault. That's just the nature of the people around him. Trump himself is not a saint. He's not a savior. He's not the savior of the world. He's just a man who happens to be on the right side of history in a lot of things. He's done a lot of great things. He's a great president. But there's some shit dragging behind him, which could all be cleared up if everybody would do their job. Are they?
And quit trying to point fingers and to blame at everybody else. Own up for what you did, take your punishment, and move on.
That's right. Fab Daddy says, can't have the victim in a murder charge testify. Why not?
Yes, you can.
You just have to prove the crime. Yes, you can have a victim.
The victim in anything can testify.
Unless you're talking about the one who was murdered, and obviously, that's a redundant statement. Of course, a murdered person can't testify. But there are other people involved in that case who can. Oh, redacting. Oh, Pam Bondi's doing the redacting? That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Not all of it, but some of it.
Aaron says, I need go-away money like that, right?
Yeah.
Me too. I need pay my light bill money. Any takers? Amy says, Trump derangement syndrome is severe mental illness. It is. It really is. And unfortunately, not only do Democrats have it, but some Republicans have it too. And they are ruining their chances. They are in charge. They run the whole kit and caboodle, House, Senate, presidency. And they can't wait to lose it because they're too much pussies to stand up and do their job. America as a whole would be 100% behind the Trump administration if they would do their job. They're trying to cover their own asses. That's why all of this fuckery is happening. Believe that. I'm angry about it. No, that does not make me redact my support for Trump. He started out with a good idea. He tried to do good for the country. He did do good for the country. All this other stuff, though, came up now because he's in office. It was here 10 years ago. It didn't come up then. I wonder why. It didn't come up during the Obama administration. It would have derailed his presidency, too. It didn't come up during Biden's. It would have derailed his presidency, too. Now you see, they only care about getting Trump. They don't care about solving the crimes or pinning anybody down for doing wrong. They don't care about dismantling the child pedophile ring that is in operation to this day. In fact, they profit off of it. Think about what you're saying. Debbie says you can't have a murder trial without a body. The body is the victim. See how that works? Watch any CSI. The victim's body tells the story. Correct.
Or the evidence.
No body, no crime. Monkey Juice says Pam Bondi like Trump is full stop. Full stop what? Like Trump? No, not even close. She likes Trump too much. She's defending the wrong things.
Oh my God.
Amy says RFK Jr. is doing his job. I've been impressed with him. He is doing a good job. Aaron says, do you think people will get mad enough about to start a riot over the files? I think it's possible. I think anything's possible, but I doubt it. I don't think we're going to riot over Jeffrey Epstein. I think we're just going to complain about it, make lots of videos, and make lots of money about Jeffrey Epstein, you know, which is kind of gross, which is why I'm not doing the clickbait thing. Although tonight's episode was true, it was kind of a clickbaity title, but I did tell you the truth, so there it is. Monkey Juice says, remember grabbing pussies on the extra bus? Oh, yeah, I remember that. What's your point?
And?
And?
He didn't molest nobody.
Do you remember the whole statement? They want you to grab their pussies. They allow you to grab their pussies. You can grab them by the pussy. That's what he said. It is true. He also didn't know he was being recorded and was talking to a singular other dude with no women present. Which, if you say you've never talked like that, I'll slap you in the face, you liar. Amy says, Aaron, the wind could blow and people would riot. Yes. Yes, I remember, Monkey Juice. What is your point? Do you think he shouldn't be president because he spoke to a man once about women? Do you think that makes him guilty of the Epstein stuff?
Wow.
Amy says locker room talk decades ago. Who cares, Monkey Fluid?
Right. Like you guys don't sit around at a bar and talk shit about women all the time.
All the time.
You guys, if you half the shit you guys have said about females was recorded, you'd probably be in prison.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you were if thought crimes were criminal, you would be in prison too.
So y'all get off your high horse because you're not innocent by any means.
I'm not on a high horse. I know that.
I'm not talking about you because I know you admit what you talk about.
Of course I do. I'm a man.
But the ones that sit around talking about, oh, I ain't did this and I ain't did that, I ain't never said that. You're full of shit.
That ain't nothing but pearl clutchers.
Just like you said you ain't never sat in a corner and pulled on your wanker. You're a liar.
I've never done it in a corner.
Whatever.
Nope, not ever.
Or the ones that say that they ain't never pulled on their wankers are liars.
Right. Amy says, I read that one. Aaron says, unless the wind is the guy's name. Right. Fat Daddy says, RFK Jr. is a joke, allowing Bayer, a.k.a. Monsanto. I think you got your aspirin in your seeds there a little bit. No. Spread their toxic fluids on our food. Yeah, Bayer has nothing to do with that. Monsanto does. And yes, Monsanto's fluids are nasty, and so are their GMOs and all of that stuff. HMO, GMO, one of those O's. Debbie says Monkey and Trump was right about that kitty, too. There are women that will let rich men do anything to have a taste of that lifestyle.
Yes.
They're called gold diggers, and they exist. They're called huas. You know what a hua is? They exist. Believe me. And they are way dirtier than anything Trump ever did. They'll put anything in their mouth. Believe me. Ask Harvey Weinstein. Oh, you don't want to talk about that. Oh, I see.
No. They don't want to talk about the nasty shit that they've said about women either. Or done to women.
Amy says, give him time, Fab. He's doing a lot of things so far. If they can just get the poison out of the food, that'd be great. Aaron says, Bang Bus paid a lot of them. Yeah, Bang Bus. Think about that. What about Girls Gone Wild? What about that? That's all willing participants doing the nasty.
Right. What about porn?
What about the porn industry, which has single-handedly driven every other industry involving media, including media? Do you know why we have DVDs and VHS? Because of the porn industry. That's why we didn't go beta. That's why we didn't go HD TV. There's like 4 different types of DVD, including Blu-ray. We went from DVD to Blu-ray because of porn. That's why the industry follows porn. It's a seedy world we live in, and you just don't see it because you're dumb, I guess. And Fab Daddy says, Amy, locker room talk. So it's okay? No. Well, no, it is okay.
It is okay.
That's what dudes do. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong in talking.
You understand how the species propagates, right? It's called putting the thing in the thing. Men need to be attracted to women. Men need to objectify women, and vice versa. That's how the world is made.
You guys,
it's not wrong to want to have sex.
You guys all the time talking about, damn, she looks good, or look at the ass on that, or look at the titties on that, or damn, I'd like to do that. What is wrong with that?
The only thing you're doing is clutching your pearls and pretending to be a white knight. Nobody believes it for a second. It makes you look stupid and weak and a little bit gay. Sorry. Nobody buys that narrative. Let it go. That's why it died 10 years ago. The fact is, women throw themselves at Trump. Why? Because he's a billionaire and they love it. And he's 6'12".
3.
I know. Women love Trump. That's why all of the Trump supporters are hot blonde females with big jugs. You ever notice that? It's not an accident. You're arguing for a side that isn't in need of defense. That's what makes the world go round. Men like to be successful and rich and tall, and women like them to be that. You ever heard the expression that nice guys finish last? You know why? Because the implication is girls go for dirty guys. They like to be treated like meat. That's in the nature of human beings. They'll all deny it, but it's true. That's why the biker gets the girl every time when the nice guy's being cheated on. Every time. They'll probably deny it in this chat, but it's true nonetheless. Amy says guys talk like that. Women say worse. Oh, women have their little locker room talk too. Believe that. Women have been taught since the beginning of time to cat and mouse their way into a relationship. You know, let them chase you until you catch them sort of thing. So they by nature deny all sexual feelings whatsoever. Why, I never. When guys start doing it, it looks creepy. But girls do that. That's their game. But they play that game well. Monkey says, so you are disregarding women? Are you as gay as Fab Daddy is? Maybe you two should hook up. Am I disregarding women? No. I'm calling them at their game. Disregarding women. I love women. What are you talking about? This room is full of women. Do you think that's an accident? Monkey Juice, have you noticed how many women are talking in this chat? Do you know why? I don't think you do. Debbie says, Fab, you should hear what women say in the locker room. Yeah. Monkey Juice. No, I'm not disregarding women at all. You are. And you don't even know it. Nothing dries up a pair of panties faster than a white knight pretending to fight for their virtue with that nonsense. Congratulations. You've learned how to turn the key counterclockwise. Ladies, stop me at any point if I'm saying something wrong here.
You're right, because I'd rather have a man talk to me than what he thinks and try to bullshit me with some flowers and roses. I know how men think. I have 8 brothers. I know exactly how men think.
Amy says you should hear some of the things Debbie says about Kevin.
Right.
Yeah, that's not even locker room. That's Jake room talk.
I'm gonna say that's chat room talk. Well, you should hear some of the shit I say about Jake.
Debbie says, true, Amy. So true. Amy says, LOL. Fab Daddy says, Bayer bought out Monsanto. Is that a fact? Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Stand up for my fellow women, Banhammer. I do stand up for my fellow women, but I know that you men are not innocent. And women are not innocent because I know we can talk just as much shit as a man can. And I'm sorry, but if a woman puts herself out there to be treated like a hoe and acts like a hoe, that's exactly the way she should be treated.
Hey, Monkey Juice, you're standing up for your fellow women. How's that working for you?
A woman is going to spread her legs and let every man hit it and quit it, then that's on her. She's a whore. And I'll call her that to her face. You're only degrading yourself when you're making an OnlyFans page, or you're doing porn, or you're doing whatever you're doing out there behind your man's back most of the time. And then some men are okay with it nowadays, which is disgusting to me.
Cucks.
Yes. That's what Monkey and Fab are.
Oh, shit. Firing word.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Amy says, what's a woman, Monkey? What is a woman? Do you know? Monkey says, women have a hole and men have a pole. Are you being dirty, Monkey? Do you not stand up for your fellow women? Are you objectifying women right now? How dare you speak of a man, patriarchy, taking a pole and sticking it in a woman's hole? How dare you?
Hey,
Do you see how dumb your argument is?
Hey, Monkey. Honest question. You ever watched porn?
Amy says, not just porn, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Monkey says, if you want to be real about it, I am being real, Monkey Juice. You're the one trying to stop me from being real by your argument. I am being real. Amy says, then keep the poles out of the women's room. Right? Debbie says, guys have their camel toes to look at the gym, and women have the moose knuckles to look at. And yes, we talk about it.
Yeah, there ain't nothing sexier than a man in a pair of tight jeans that you can see everything.
That's how I got 3 of my last wives. Monkey Juice says, I'm all about womanizing. No, you're not. Fab Daddy says, if only I was rich and famous, I could grab the pussy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you something that's even funnier.
I tell you what, Fab Daddy, save up your hard-earned money and get you about 12 $100 bills and go out on the town anywhere, in any state, at any time, and flash that money like it's free and watch how much attention you get from the ladies. Just watch. It really is that easy.
When me and Jake were together back in the day, he was doing bar nights every weekend. And I would literally pick his jeans and help him fit himself in his jeans so that the women would be more attracted to it. And I was his wife.
How about that?
I helped him pick his outfits and made sure he looked the way he looked when he hit that stage for a reason.
Yeah, it makes money.
I'm not stupid.
And then he says, and start a beauty contest so I can walk into dressing rooms. Well, if you own the beauty contest, you want to check out the merchandise. That's how business works. Aaron says, Jake, smiley face. Thank you. Debbie says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
All right.
They're not ready for that, Debbie. Amy says, a monkey pageant.
Right.
Aaron says, that's called a curious. Right on. Amy says, or that was fab, a fab pageant. It's about the same thing. Amy says, men think? ? Yes, we think quite a lot. Mostly about one thing only. Aaron says, I'm sorry if I get to control the board. I'm hitting that button. I'm not hiding. The monkey says, LOL, hole and pole. Amy says, what about these women who dress in bikinis and go to the gym to work out and then get mad when men look at them? Those are just looking for clicks.
Yeah.
They know they're exploiting the natural programming of man because they know exactly what will happen if they broadcast what they have. Men will look. And then they use that to make videos and get clicks and then call them men out. It's actually a pretty crappy game that they play. And they shouldn't be doing that.
I'll tell you something else. Even now, me and Jake go somewhere and I see a girl that I think is cute and I know that he would think was cute. I'll tap him and be like, babe, look at that. How many women do that? How many women are secure in their relationship to do that? Not many. Because it doesn't mean anything. It's words.
Jake was shaking his moneymaker, says Aaron.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I sure was.
Yeah.
Debbie says, so Amanda pimped Jake. I like it. She just recognized what the selling point was. That's all.
You should see him now when he puts on his chaps.
It's supposed to say that's called the circus, says Aaron. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, what is he talking about? Curious.
Yes, Debbie. Yes, definitely.
Amy says, has anyone noticed that Jake says Debbie says sometimes when it's not Debbie's comment? She's in his head bad.
He does that with all of us, Amy.
Yeah, I just get confused, I guess. I didn't even notice I did that. Monkey Juice says, too much information, Aaron. Debbie says, Amy, I never noticed that. I'm in your head too. Ha ha ha. Amy says, maybe, but I heard it. I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. Fab Daddy says, so the tariffs was yesterday's news, not today's. And the Congress can tax the people, not Trump. Tariffs are a tax on its people. Incorrect. That's not what tariffs are at all.
No, it was just the amount of tariffs, and he's going after them now with a 15% tariff. So,
yeah.
Let it finish before
It's all in the air right now. Doesn't matter what day it happened on. It's today's news. It's happening right now. That's what I said. I didn't say it happened today. I said it's today's news. And it's not finished. When it's finished, I'll talk about it. When Trump is right. Because he always is. You always do this. He'll try to do something and everybody will throw up their hands and talk about how wrong he is. And then he'll do it and it'll happen and it'll work. And he's right and nobody says anything. So I'll wait till it happens and then talk about it. I've learned this lesson. I'm not like the media. I don't fall for it every time.
And the tariffs are not that big of a deal. The tariffs was just trying to make money back for the American people that we lost under Biden.
Yeah. Here's a news flash, Fab Daddy. Every country does tariffs. We're not the only ones. Also, another news flash. The United States government was intended to be and written into law to be 100% funded by tariffs, not taxes. Taxes started during the war, and they never went away. They only got worse. Taxes are a government overreach, not tariffs. You're just worried about not being able to get your cheap Chinese goods at the cheap price that you can get them at now. What you need to worry about is buying American, and then you could solve that problem.
He's in California. He don't know how to do that.
I know. Debbie says, Fab, not a loss. He will just rework it. Already has a plan in motion, and more than the headlines, and get the full story. Right. Read more than the headlines and get the full story. Right. Monkey says, Speedos. Okay. Is that a correction from something? What did you say? Too much information, Speedos? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Aaron says, bald.
You're cray?
You a carry.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is either. What is a you a carry? Debbie says, monkey. Women call those banana hammocks. Speedos. Oh, yeah. Monkey says, you don't know how tariffs work.
Wow.
Really?
Okay, well, why don't you explain it
Why
then?
don't you enlighten me as to what tariffs are, since you know and I
Please.
don't? I mean, I'm the guy that has the microphone and the camera, but please enlighten us.
I'm the one that sits and watches this shit all week long.
Fab Daddy says he can't only tax for 150 days with his new way of tariff, ... and he is doing it to spite the Supreme Court, ... should be interesting on Tuesday during the State of the Union, ... when he faces them. Yeah, let's wait and see how that works out. Boy, you really do not have a clue what you're talking about, do you?
You need to stop, Aaron.
Muggy says, what happens when tariffs go in place? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know
We
what
don't
I'm talking about.
We don't know
remember?
what tariffs are.
Aaron says, Amanda, look it up. You will laugh.
You're wrong, Aaron. That's just messed up. You can't unsee that.
Okay.
I'll show it to you after the
All
podcast.
right. Muggy says, the American people pay the tariffs when companies raise the prices. Yeah. Companies that are overseas in another country that shouldn't be selling us our own stuff back to us in the first place.
Tariffs make people want to come to the United States so they don't have to pay the tariffs, which brings more money to the United States and more jobs.
If the manufacturing comes back to America, no tariffs.
Look at what Apple did. Look what the tariffs did with Apple.
Debbie says, damn, I looked it up.
I did too.
Aaron's smiling. Monkey says, that's not happening. I know because of you people. If you would shut the hell up and let him do his job, they would be happening. But no, you got to ruin everything with your nonsense.
Got to fight him all the way instead of just letting him fix what he can.
Yeah. And then complain about what you ruin. Like it's his fault.
It is working.
I don't know about you, but I've made more money this year than I have since Biden was in office. Amy says this vibrant red face is a sign of good health, resulting from a dense network of blood vessels, and it is used by females to select mates. They have short, non-prehensile tails and live in flooded forests, preferring areas near water. Yes. Fab Daddy says, it's not working, tariffs. Yeah, because you keep running your mouth and causing problems. And you won't allow it the time it takes to make it work. Everyone else that knows about this stuff knows that it will work and has worked. Debbie says, Fab, our country was established on tariffs. Get over it and cry harder. We don't care.
He has brought in $179 billion in tariffs since he took office.
Yeah, that's a lot, by the way. That's a lot more than Joe Biden could claim. Muggy says, Trump's hand-picked Supreme Court said, F off, it's illegals.
Compared to the $90 billion he brought in his first term.
It's not illegal, and you will see when it happens. And you're not getting the full story about the Supreme Court. And it ain't his hand-picked people that are saying that. It's probably Ketanji Brown Jackson. Fab Daddy says unemployment is still at 3%. The GDP is only 1.7, not the 4 to 5 that Trump predicted. He's not done yet. There's a lot going on right now. Amy says, my first comment didn't post. I'm sorry. Fab Daddy says $179 billion that will need to be repaid. What are you talking about? It will not need to be repaid. That's tariffs. Amy says the ball you carry is a small, distinctive New World monkey from the Amazon, known for its bright red, hairless face, bald head, and shaggy coat that varies in color from white to red-brown. Yes, it is. Monkey says only Congress can implement taxes. Let's play by the Constitution. We are playing by the Constitution. A tariff isn't a tax. That's why he can do it.
It's not going to make it through the court system.
No, it's not, because the president can institute tariffs. That's just law.
They're doing the same thing they did to him in his first term. They're going to fight him every step of the way to try to stop him from being able to do anything that he can possibly can to make anything better.
Daddy says it's will after going through the court system. No, it won't.
No, it won't.
Monkey Juice says, can we please respect the Constitution? You first. You first. Fab Daddy says they got to reimburse the companies that paid the tariffs. No,
No.
they do not. That is not how tariffs work.
They cannot force him to do that. Don't work that way.
Sorry.
They can say that all they want. They cannot force him to pay that back.
You can bitch all the way to the end of this administration. It's going to happen, and it's going to be good for the country, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Sorry. Yes, they do, says Monkey Juice. Well, stomp your foot. It's not going to help.
No, they don't.
What happens to the Constitution? It's still there. Aaron. Fab Daddy says Trump cannot steal any more from us. He hadn't stolen anything from us in the first place. What are you talking about? Trump's the one given to America, not taken from him. That was your guy. You absolute short breath. Share Bear 44 says Jesus paid it all on the cross of Calvary so you could be saved. Put your trust in him, ask him into your heart, and turn from your sin. In Jesus' name, amen. That's very wise information. Thank you very much, Share Bear. Also in the wrong conversation. Aaron says, right, Jake. That's right. Jesus Christ believed in tariffs too. Remember the money tables? Kind of the same thing. Fab Daddy says he is taking $10 billion of our money for some BS peace board to invest in luxury apartments in Gaza. That's money that was given to him to do that very thing. It's not your money. It's his money. You'll learn that if you ever become president. It was your money. Then you gave it to the government. Now it's their money. Amy says, hi, Share Bear. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. Yes, please do. Not his money, our money. Well, go take it back then. It's your money, right? Go get it. Just pull your money right out of there. Monkey says, really? Really? Amanda?
Go ahead. I'm still trying to pull more up.
The court did not order refunds or specify how they should work. It remanded the issue to lower courts like the U.S. Court of International Trade, for resolution. This could involve a complex, lengthy process with protests, litigations, and potential partial denial claims. Yeah, which means nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
Amy says, Share Bear, please come to Bible study tomorrow night and Monday night. Yes, where we will talk all about what you just said.
Y'all get a talking point and try to run with it and can't.
Yep.
Trip over your own damn feet.
Monkey says, crazy, but true. Debbie says, talking points of the Democrats are just plain stupid. They're so ill-informed, it's laughable. And yet they still talk like they know what they're talking about.
Yes.
And demand their right when they're not. When the whole world begs to differ, they still talk about it because they're that brainwashed.
Can't see the writing right in front of their face.
Yep. All right, everybody. It is 10:42, and I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed. We're at the bottom of the chat for once. It's been a slow night. It's been a slow night, but it's been a good night. What say you?
Yes.
Hang
Hold
on, I'm
you
looking
got
at
me messed up.
numbers. We've had 230 views tonight, and it's not a wonderful Saturday night, but it's good. Monkey Juice says, MAGA still defiant after Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court has not ruled.
Did you not hear what I just posted in the thing?
Do you not understand what a Supreme Court ruling is? They have not ruled. They're just talking about it. There's been no ruling. Amy says, see y'all tomorrow night for Bible study. And Amanda says,
Nighters, I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Bible study. Much love, y'all.
Thank you all for coming and getting politically with me tonight. And we're going to political each other to death if we don't be careful. It's a great conversation we had tonight. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I hope you have too. I hope you learned something. I hope you think about some things. I hope you go watch the Chicago Bulls mascot, but turn it upside down and it's a robot taking advantage of a crab. All right. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night for Bible study. I love you all. Thanks for watching.
Good night, y'all.